So the Arizona Cardinals are shopping free safety Budda Baker. And because of that, there's a lot of speculation that what if the Cincinnati Bengals go after him and trade for him. He has 2 years left on his contract, this year and next year. This year he'll be making $13 million, while next year he'll be making $14 million. Could the Bengals, give him a long-term contract, restructure him? Maybe he takes more of a team-friendly deal. It's possible. But with him being a 27-year-old free safety, I don't know how much he would restructure in a positive way. Because, he's not going to get too many more big contracts. And wherever he goes, he's going to want to get a big payday. Something that Cincinnati simply can't even do if they wanted to, right? So the speculation now is, because let's be honest, Budda Baker is an absolute monster free safety. This guy is a tank in every category of the definition. He can do everything you need him to do, period. Coming off a 2-interception season last season, well, he had 0 sacks, which is actually uncommon for him. He's had a sack in every single game, pretty much every single year of his career so far. 1 sack, 2 sacks, half a sack, 2 sacks, 2 sacks, and last year 0 sacks. Did have 2 quarterback hits, though, which is not bad. He's a very good tackling safety. And if we pull up his Pro Football Focus grades, you can see that he grades very well with Pro Football Focus. An 80.2 run defense, a 59.0 pass defense, and then his coverage grade is a 69.1. So the speculation is, well, what if you do a swap-a-roo? What if you give up a 3rd-round pick, plus you give up Jonah Williams, and then you go and get him? Where, okay, well, Jonah Williams, and you kind of make it like, hey, listen, Budda, we understand that you're going to probably want to get paid big money. We'll give you a chance to win a Super Bowl ring, something you won't get in Arizona. We'll give you a chance to win a Super Bowl ring, and that's that, right? You trade Jonah. Jonah saves you $11.6 million, which then would put his cap hit. Well, I mean, it wouldn't subtract it, but if you do the the money against the cap, it would only be minus $3 million against the cap after you get rid of Jonah Williams' $11.6 million contract. Here's why I don't think it's going to happen, right? Is because Budda Baker, while he's a great player, right? Arizona is very stubborn when it comes to what they value their players as. Because when it came to DeAndre Hopkins, the reason why they're going to cut DeAndre Hopkins, by the way, is not trade him, is because Arizona said, if you don't give us a 2nd-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins, we're not trading him. So they rather cut him, get nothing for him, than trade him for less than the 2nd-round pick. Which is kind of ironic because it's kind of how the Bengals are in a way too, with Jonah Williams, where there was teams interested in trading for Jonah Williams. But the Cincinnati Bengals said he's worth a 1st or a 2nd, period. You want to give us a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th pick? We're not taking it. 1st or 2nd, that's the capital we want for Jonah Williams. If he doesn't, if you don't want to give us that, he'll stay on the roster. Now, in Cincy's defense, they're pretty much they're being smart with it, right? Because they need a right tackle. So they know, okay, we're either going to, give you him for a 1st or 2nd, or if we don't get him for 1st or 2nd, he'll just be our right tackle next season. We have that position solidified. I think if they, in a heart-to-heart, thought that, oh, listen, we're just going to not play this guy and then let him go, they might take a 3rd or a 4th. But because they know they actually can use him as a reliable source on the offense, that's another reason why they're asking for such a high price, because they really, in all sense, don't want to get rid of him because he is a nice backup plan. While Arizona's on the other side. Arizona's like, listen, if we don't get a 2nd-round pick for Diops, we'll let him walk. We don't care. And that same concept philosophy is now happening with Budda Baker, where they're going to trade him, but if Budda, for example, they don't get what they want out of Budda, then they're just going to they can't let him go because he's still on a contract, but I don't know what they're going to do with him. So, should Cincinnati trade for him is the question. No. And the reason why I say no, because I think he's an amazing player, has a really great upside. He is obviously 27 years old, he's getting up there in age. They just don't need that, I don't say new contract talks, but they don't need that, okay, now he comes in here now. They already have so little money right now, right? If they trade Jonah Williams, I'm more opted to say yes to a trade like this. But if they don't trade Jonah, the answer is no, period, then, because their salary cap's not going to accept that. They're not going to accept, their salary cap is not going to say yes if they don't trade away Jonah Williams. That's, the only way they do it. And if they don't trade away Jonah Williams, plus that, the Cardinals are going to probably want a first or second round pick, and there's no way in heck since he's trading that away. Now, if they get him for the right price tag, and they trade away Jonah Williams, then I'm opted to say yes, just because, again, it's going to be tough to work because there's even less money now. But if you draft the right tackle in the draft, you cut Jonah Williams. You cut Collins. You save $8 million there. Then you can justify. It's tough because you have to re-sign Joe Burrow, right? Give him a contract extension to Joe Burrow. You have a contract extension to T. Higgins. You're going to have to give Logan Wilson a contract extension eventually. Jamar Chase. DJ Reader's on his contract year. You want to give him a new contract. There's just so many mouths to feed at this point in time where there's just no reason to bring in another guy, especially a guy who's going to cost you $13 million a year, when you're really focused on your own players in your room right now, right? You're not really focusing on bringing a new guy in and trying to, feed him now. And he is a great player, don't get me wrong. I love Budda Baker. He's a strong safety, free safety, and he would really solve the problem of, Nick Scott is by himself now, a free safety, kind of a rotational guy where you have Budda Baker as a starter, but Nick Scott can be a rotational guy. I love the idea. It's just, if I would love the idea for half the price. And because he's going to cost $13 million, and then again, keep in mind, he's getting traded, right? After next season, he's going to be he's going to want probably a contract after this season. And it's just no. We love you, we think you're a great player, but it just simply isn't going to be worth it. There's too many things going on. You could draft a safety in this upcoming draft in the 3rd or 4th round who could be capable of a starter for this team. No. So, my personal opinion, again, like I said, I know there's going to be some talks about this, and as time goes on, it's going to be Cincinnati could do it. If you trade Jonah, maybe, but even then, I just don't know, because I'm starting to feed into the narrative that maybe Jonah, what if he does become a decent right tackle, right? I don't know. There's just so many things going on right now with the Joe Burrow. T's extension apparently now is done. I don't know how much cap hit we're going to see or how much cap room we have left. I'm going to go with a big fat no. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.